How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. So the markets have been all over the place today. It's been one of those days. The S&P and the Dow are down about 0.1%, 0.2%. The Nasdaq 100's at break even, and the Russell is bouncing back up about 0.7%. So today we're going to break down some stocks, some charts, my thoughts on the market. So sit back, relax, go down below, get your $50 from M1 Finance. Check out my Patreon as well if you want my real-time buys, sells, call outs, a morning update video, and much more. All of that's on Patreon, link down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So right now, again, we have about an hour and a half left in the session, and the S&P 500, when it comes to SPY, is down 82 cents, down 0.2%, and it's hovering right around $443 per share. And if you guys look here on the 20-day 1-hour chart, we're trading in a wedge, very clearly, to be honest, especially in the past couple of days. You can see lower highs have been being made, including today, and we've been making higher lows. You guys can see a couple weeks ago, in the beginning of August, we hit 436. The next low was at 441, which was yesterday, and today we held about 442. Again, now we're trading at 443, so higher lows have been made, and the past 2 days we've been making lower highs. So at this point, I really want to see what direction SPY ends up picking. Whether we go down, dump under 440, start pushing down to those lows from earlier in the month of August, late July at about 437, 440, 438 roughly, or if we end up breaking above 445, which is right where my alert is, that would signal, in my opinion, a rush right to all-time highs, which are right around $447. So at this point, it looks like yesterday's rally, you guys remember we got a bit of a V-shaped recovery at the close. Well, it was about a couple hours before the close. We double bottomed at 440, then we rallied up to about 443, and we went up after market hours as well. That ended up being a bull trap, at least as of now, because again, we hit that 50 SMA on the 4-hour, or actually no, this is the hourly chart, hit that 50 SMA, and we ended up dumping under both moving averages in today's session. So if you bought that rally, you pretty much got trapped, because now you'd be down, at least if you're trading SPY, right? Which obviously a lot of you might not be trading it, but we're analyzing SPY in this example, and it looks like it could be a bull trap. So overall, we're looking at the moving averages on the hourly chart. We're looking at the wedge. That is the moral of the story. And when it comes down to QQQ, we're still struggling at 369, 370. I mean, I've been saying this so many freaking times in these videos. I don't know what else to say. We just have to wait and see what direction we pick. Do we break under 365, 364, start gunning for those lows from late July in the low 360s, or do we end up breaking 370 and boom, going to all-time highs, which I believe if that were to happen, guys, if we break 370, we're probably going to go 380, maybe 385. That next leg up will most likely take us there, at least in my opinion. Considering we've been consolidating now for close to a month. It's been about a month. I mean, ever since the 20th to 23rd of July, and now we're creeping up on the 20th of August. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. As always, I'd love to know if you guys are finding value thus far in this video. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the content. And now let's talk about some stocks that reported earnings today. And these two are going ridiculous, guys. Bananas. They're going crazy. They're going freaking haywire. Number one is Lowe's, ticker symbol LOW. This is up $20 per share. Excuse me, guys. Up about 11% with an hour and 15 minutes left in the session. And they reported earnings this morning, $4.25 of EPS versus $4. That was a beat. Sales came in at $27.6 billion versus $26.79 billion estimated. That was also a beat. And we have EPS up from $3.75 a year ago. Now it's at $4.25, like I said. So that is a nice increase year over year. And we have U.S. comparable sales, or U.S. sales comps up 32% on a 2-year basis, which is pretty insane there. And let me take a quick sip of my water here, guys. Give me a second. I'm talking a little too fast today. Watch out. Where was I? Ooh, I needed that. Excuse me, guys. So, yeah, 32% sales comps up in the past 2 years, and I believe, actually no, maybe that was Target that had guidance. I'm not seeing guidance here for Lowe's, but overall, the stock is exploding. I mean, and we cover this on Patreon this morning, and I'll mention it here for you guys. Lowe's has been down 16%. Well, now it's not anymore. Obviously, it's up 10% on the day, but when it hit 215 a couple months ago, it got to about 182 literally yesterday. And that was a 16% drop. So I feel like this was baking in not necessarily a great earnings, but I feel like it sold off so much already to the point where how much lower could it go? I mean, the earnings would have to be horrible for this stock to go even lower than 180 to 170, 160, for example. And obviously the earnings were pretty good. So that is kind of why we're seeing that massive, V-shaped rip to the upside, because again, it's been down so much, and now we're finally getting that volume and that buying pressure. And with today's move, we're now above the moving averages. We're now at about a 4-month high. Actually, no, about a 3-month high. We haven't been this high since the middle of May. So shout out to the Lowe's shareholders. I mean, what a freaking day. Awesome day for Lowe's. And TJX is another one that is on fire today, up 5%. We hit a higher low at 68, ripped out of there, broke above both moving averages recently a couple weeks ago. And with today's move, we broke above 71.72, which was the high from the middle of August about a week ago. And now we're about to test, believe it or not, guys, 74.60, which I'm not sure if that's the all-time high. It might be on TJX. Let me double check here, guys. Of course it is. I mean, what stock isn't at all-time highs at this point? So TJX is doing very well. They reported earnings earlier this morning, and let me pop it up here. Let's see exactly what they did. EPS came in at 64 cents versus 57 cents estimated. Revenue came in at $12.1 billion versus $11.01 billion estimated, so double beat. And they saw Q2, this is the crazy stat, Q2 open-only same-store sales up 20%, which is very incredible. And like I always say, when you look at retail locations, restaurants, what else? Retail, restaurants, and companies that just have a lot of physical locations, you have to look at the same store sales. That needs to be going up. If it's going down, that's obviously not a good idea or a good sign. That could be a sign that maybe they need to close some stores that aren't performing that well. And we've seen that a lot with companies like Foot Locker. A lot of these stores have been closing, or a lot of these companies have been closing stores. And you guys probably know that if you invest in different retail businesses, which, to be honest, I don't. I did own Foot Locker. I sold out of that, made some money. I don't own Lowe's or Target or Walmart for that matter. I did own McDonald's. Don't own it anymore. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much out of this space. Not to say it's bad, but I'm just being completely honest with you guys. So TJX looks good, but I'd personally wait for a pullback, maybe down to about $70, $71. That was the high point from early January into February, into late April as well. So maybe a pullback there. And of course, it was the high from earlier in August. So if we pull back, maybe we hold that old resistance as support. That might be a pretty decent dip by there. Roblox, RBLX, is up 7%. Voila, 7%. Heck of a day. we're noticing is trading above the moving averages. We're actually pushing towards the resistance of the wedge as I'm filming this video. And guys, look, if we break out of $84, $85 right by the top of the wedge, where's Roblox going to go? I'm going to tell you where it's going to go, at least in my opinion. I'm not a genie. I don't know for sure, but the next main target is going to be between $89 to about $95, roughly that 5-point range, which was resistance earlier in July and in the end of July, or early July, end of June rather. So that gives it about $5-10 upside from here, or about 5-10% in other words. So Roblox looks good, but we just got to break out. So I'm going to set my alert at $85 on Roblox. We're going to be watching that today and tomorrow, the rest of this week. Palantir is up a good amount today, up 7%, same as Roblox. And this one looks like it's taken out the highs from a couple days ago. If you guys remember, they reported earnings, had a 4-cent profit. The stock ripped 12% that day. Now we're breaking out of that point of resistance. That was at about 25.65, roughly 25.70 where we topped off at. Now we're pushing towards $26. So Palantir looks good, and I've been on record saying many times the inverse head and shoulder looks like it's playing out. We have the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, and the right shoulder has a big resistance at about $27.50, which is about $2 higher from where we are now, or in other words, 6%. And if it breaks $27.50, ooh, it might be going 30s, guys. Maybe 35, 37. I don't want to say it's going 40 because it's too soon to say that. But 37 on a technical basis, that was the high point from the middle of February, if you want to say it the right way, guys. And maybe that's where it goes with time. You know, it's not going to happen in a week, 2 weeks. It might take a year for all we know. I mean, it could take 6 months. I have no idea. But that's the next spot Palantir could be going to. PLNHF, Planet 13, is another one that I'm watching like a hawk right now. And I'm actually going to Jesus, guys. Vegas. I'm going to Vegas tonight. I don't know why Disney just popped in my head. Maybe I should go to Disney instead. But I'm going to Vegas tonight. I have a flight. And I'm going to be visiting Planet 13. I want to see that facility. I think it's the biggest dispensary in the world, if I'm not mistaken. It's a freaking massive facility. And who knows, if I like it there, you know, I talk to some people, I get a good vibe. Maybe I'll dive deeper into the business. And who knows, I might make an investment in Planet 13. You never know. It might spark me to do more research, make an investment. It could easily happen. So I'm watching this, and I might even trade it. You know, I might even trade it because at this point in time, it isn't a downwards channel. It's under the moving averages, so it's not my favorite setup. But what we've noticed is oh, wait a second. Oh, I think we just saw something really good here. I'm going to tell you guys in a second. Wow, this is good. What we notice is every time it gets to the bottom of this channel, it rallies up. And I'm actually seeing a bullish divergence. Did we just... Oh, man. Good thing I saw this. I might have to go along on this, guys. Take a look at this with me. RSI, good eye, man. Good eye. I'm talking to myself now. RSI here is making higher lows, all that good stuff. It got pretty oversold, 22 RSI. Now it's at 42 as the stock was selling off. So it looks like we're gaining strength. Volume's not there yet, so I'd want to see volume kick up, but we're gaining some strength in the move. We're finding consolidation, and this is a good bullish divergence. So this could be a good sign that maybe PLNHF starts to see a move higher, and who knows, maybe I'll buy... Who knows? I don't know how many shares I'd buy. Maybe a couple hundred. I don't want to go too hard in this one because it is a risky play, but, you know... I don't know. We'll see. It is risky. I think the whole MJ space is very risky. But who knows? Maybe throwing a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 shares at it as a starter position might be the way to go for me at least. And I might do that when I'm in Vegas. I mean, who the heck knows, right? So PLNHF, I'm watching it. Watch out for that bullish divergence. If that plays out, I'm going to be very happy about that. Nvidia is reporting earnings after market hours today. I wish I was able to film this after hours so we we could cover their earnings, but I can't. I won't be able to today. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll see. But then again, I won't be able to make videos in Las Vegas, but I will be. I have a lot of videos planned for you guys. Trust me, yesterday I went crazy. I filmed like 15 videos between today, yesterday, and the day before. I filmed like 8 yesterday, and they're all coming out over these next couple of days. Maybe not 15. I'm exaggerating a bit. But I filmed like 8 videos the past 2-3 days, and they're coming out. They're coming out soon for you guys. So make sure to stay tuned. Very good content as well. So subscribe to the channel. But anyway, Nvidia looks pretty solid here. Let's take a look. I'm going to clear the drawing set. Well, it doesn't look as solid as it did a couple days ago. Now it's trading under the moving averages. We're holding a higher low at about 192, but we're under the moving averages. We see a bit of a head and shoulder as well here if you guys take a look on the 4 hours. So I'd be very careful. I'd personally wait until after they report earnings. We'll see what happens, guys. Do we rip back over the moving averages? Do we break under 190? And I've been on record saying, Get Nvidia down to 150, 160. That is where I'll be a buyer, and until then, I'm just going to be waiting. We also have Cisco reporting after hours today. We're testing the resistance, the old resistance at 55 now as support. Let's see if we end up bouncing off that level, maybe up towards 56, 57. And let me double check. They are reporting today, right? Yeah, today after market hours, Cisco, ticker symbol CSCO. And I've covered this before. We covered the ascending triangle a couple weeks ago. It played out. We broke out a bit, and now we're getting another opportunity for an entry point, in my opinion, now that we're pulling back about $1.50 from that high. So maybe we play it from $55 up to about 58, which is the all-time high here on Cisco that we hit back in 2019, about 2 years ago. So overall, guys, that is what I'm looking at right now. Some thoughts on the markets, some earnings reports. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, make sure to drop a comment, and check out my Patreon. I'm posting all my buys, sells, call outs, morning update videos there on Patreon. And just because I'm going to Vegas doesn't mean I'm not going to be active there, because West Coast time, guys, you get up early. 6 a.m. the market opens. So I'm going to be trading the first 2 hours of the day, because 6, 8 a.m., that's a decent window there to trade. Nothing's going on really. So I'm going to be working a little bit there. So make sure to check out the Patreon. I'm going to be active on there. So yeah, check it out. Link down below. And make sure to get your $50 from M1 Finance, your 2 stocks from Webull up to $1,600. All of those are linked right down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching again. As always, keep crushing the market. Stay safe out there. Peace out. And oh, by the way, check out my video from earlier. I'll pop it up here. Watch that. I'll see you there. Peace out.